Born on 21st June 1912, Kazimierz Leski is known for at least 25 journeys across German-held Europe, usually in the uniform of a Wehrmacht Major General. He was a Polish engineer, as well as co-designer of the Polish submarines ORP-5 and ORP-Orzeł, a fighter pilot, and an intelligence and counterintelligence officer. Entering the Second World War as a pilot in the Polish Air Force, he was shot down by the Red Army on the 17th of September 1939 near Chortkiv. Captured and interrogated, he soon managed to escape to Lvov before crossing the new Soviet-German border of peace, and in October 1939 returned to Warsaw, where he joined the Home Army and served there as an intelligence and counterintelligence agent in one of Poland's most secretive resistance groups known as the Musketeers. As head of counterintelligence in one of Poland's most secretive World War II resistance groups, Kazimierz Leski was high up on the Gestapo's list of most wanted. With direct contact to Britain's secret intelligence service, the group regularly risked their lives to send reports to London, including in one case, rolls of microfilm with photos of a German military buildup near the border with the Soviet Union, indicating that a German invasion of the Soviet Union was being planned. His most important achievements included a complete list of German military units, their insignia, numbers, and dispositions. He and his cell also prepared detailed reports on the logistics and transport of German units bound for the Eastern Front, and on the state of bridges, railways, and roads in German-held Europe. As head of a unit within the Musketeers known as 666, Leski was responsible for organizing courier routes along the Western Front. A master of disguise and fluent in 6 languages, he regularly traveled first class on train lines dressed as a German general. In 1941, Leski made his first trip as a courier to France. He posed as a lieutenant of the Wehrmacht. However, he decided to promote himself to the rank of general major for all other trips to be able to travel first class, as his wounds from September 1939 made it impossible for him to travel in crowded third-class railway cars. As General Julius von Hallmann, he managed to cross Europe several times in a row without his true identity being revealed. His excellent forged documents also allowed him to witness several events he did not plan. In 1942, he visited the Atlantic Wall construction site. He managed to obtain the fortification plans, which made it easier for the Allied forces to land on the beaches of Normandy. It was possible because he convinced one of the passengers in his car that his superiors might want to build a similar line of fortifications in Ukraine. On another occasion, he visited the field staff of Field Marshal Gerd von Wulmstadt. Apart from his service in intelligence and counterintelligence, he also took over a cell focused on smuggling information and people in and out of German prisons in occupied Poland. When the Warsaw Uprising began in 1944, he fought as a commander of an infantry battalion called Bradl, fighting with distinction in the area of the Square of 3 Crosses in Warsaw city center. In recognition of his gallantry, Leski was promoted to captain and received several honors, including the silver Virtuti Militari, the gold and silver crosses of merit with swords, and 3 crosses of valor. When the war ended, he gradually dismantled his underground net and moved to Gdansk. As a member of the Freedom and Independence anti-communist resistance, under the false name Leon Yuknevich, he became the first managing director of the ruined Gdansk shipyard. His tasks included reconstructing the shipyard, which had been devastated by Allied air raids and by the withdrawing Germans. In August 1945, he received the communist regime's highest civilian award, but later the same day was arrested by the secret police, who had discovered his true identity. Charged with attempting to overthrow the regime, he was sentenced to 12 years in prison. The sentence was later commuted to 6 years. However, in 1951, he was not released. Instead, he was later charged with having collaborated with the German occupation forces and was held in solitary confinement and brutally tortured. He spent 7 years on death row before being rehabilitated in 1956. After the hell in prison, he couldn't find a job, as Poland's communist authorities continued to view the former Home Army soldiers with suspicion. Eventually, he became a member of the Polish Academy of Sciences. Awarded a doctorate, for political reasons, he could not receive the rank of professor for his work on computer analysis of natural language codes. Nevertheless, he continued his scientific work, publishing 7 books and over 150 other publications. In 1995, for aiding Jews during World War II, he was awarded the title of Righteous Among the Nations by the Yad Vashem Institute. Besides all of his merits, he remained largely unknown in Poland until in 1989 he published his memoirs, A Checkered Life, Memoirs of a Home Army Intelligence and Counterintelligence Officer. After his death on 27 May 2000, he was buried with military honors at Warsaw's Powalski Cemetery.